You're listening to 182.3, Care What People Think.
Hello, welcome back to this week's episode on the Care What People Think podcast. This is totally not my third time recording this, right, Will? Bro, I just had a smile the whole time I was talking. I thought I was going to mess up again.
Ryan was trying to introduce this episode 3-4 times, and every time he continued on past the first sentence, he started turning into poker face, like that one episode for me. And
it's
he couldn't
literally
speak English.
True. It's true. I don't know what was going on, so I'm not going to mess up this time. It's okay. Okay. My name is Ryan. What's your name, Will?
I'm Will.
Nice.
I'd be too.
Nice. Our podcast is all about navigating the challenges and celebrating the victories in this pivotal stage of life in our early 20s. So today we're going to be talking about setting ambitious goals and how much of an impact it has on our future. At least for me, setting these goals is substantial to even day-to-day life. So we'll talk a little bit of how to do that. Before we get into that, though, make sure to leave a review or rating for this podcast because it means so much to us. So thank you so much. Now, as we always do, let's start with our weekly intro where we say something we're proud of from the previous week. So for me, I am very impressed with my consistency, not with saying the episode, but or the beginning of the episode. God damn it.
Not talking.
This is
not
me just
talking.
Like, bro. You know when your eyes like are twitching a little bit, you just know you haven't had good sleep? That's what's happening to me right now. Oh my gosh. And my thing that I'm like impressed about is my consistency with my work ethic.
You're clear speaking? Oh.
No. Yeah, I'm very impressed with my speaking and not messing up. Yeah,
my diction?
Yeah.
I was ready for that.
Nice. No, but okay. Actually, though, I'm very impressed with my consistency at work, growing my bank account, my gym routine, and also like my healthy eating habits. So just staying on top of things. And although I don't have a ton of friends around right now, and I live with my parents, I'm just very impressed with like how I've adapted to that. My bank account is a lot happier than it was even 6 months ago. Let's be honest. And also in the gym, I realized that consistency means way more than going all the time. So like even 6 months ago, I was going 5-6 days a week, but I could tell I was getting exhausted more. And I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. Like that can totally be what you want to be doing. But for me, I've realized, hey, why don't I go on a run once in a while? Why don't I get like a serotonin boost by seeing nature instead of like gym, like indoors only weights?
Because it sucks.
No, I'm not saying it's bad, but for me, doing it 100% of the time. No, being inside lifting weights 100% of the time is a little depressing. I'm not gonna lie. So,
yeah.
So this caused me to feel a lot better about myself and even eat more. And I've also been experimenting with like food and having fun in the kitchen with like tons of meals. So.
No, I feel that too. I actually went to Trader Joe's I think a week ago, and I bought like a week's worth of stuff because they actually have. I used to go to Trader Joe's and they had like 0 gluten-free options because of my fucked up diet, and now they actually have like a bunch of shit I can eat, which is great. Like I bought gluten-free waffles the other day, and they taste amazing, but that's something I wouldn't have even considered going. And I'm also realizing like all the smaller like Kroger stores type of thing by where I usually go are just so much more expensive than Trader Joe's. Like, tell me why I bought a pound of chocolate. A chocolate pound Belgian chocolate bar was only like $3.97.
That's really
like
good.
The fuck?
Especially
that's like
in California. Aren't like groceries on average like more?
Yeah, they're like a lot more expensive. And like when I would just buy regular, I don't know, just like regular chocolate at like a Kroger store, it's just so much money. And it's also worse for you. Like this shit's imported from Belgium. Either way,
man's just acting like the chocolate's that much better for you. I know it's a little bit, but that's like comparing cigarettes to heroin. Like,
what?
Tell me I'm wrong. Cigarettes are technically more healthy.
Okay, but like, okay.
You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. But this chocolate smacks, and it's cheap. So like with tax, it's only $5 really for a pound, which is crazy. But goal setting wise, basically the main the first point I want to talk about setting ambitious goals, like you said, I think is a big requirement. Something, or at least a requirement to grow. Like if you want to do shit, you want to like, I don't know, just like see more growth within yourself, whether that's mentally, physically, like you going to the gym or whatever. Setting ambitious goals is good because at the end of the day, I learned this quote. I actually don't know who this quote is from, but when I worked at Rap TV, the main kind of like thing that is like said, which is a really common quote. It's you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, which is super true. You do not wake up one day and you're like, I want a six pack. My dream is a six pack. And then you just sit around all day and do nothing towards getting that six pack. Like you're not going to rise to the dream of you said you wanted a six pack. You're going to fall victim to like the habit you have of just laying around watching TV all day. That's what's going to dictate whether you have a six pack or not. And so if you set an ambitious goal, you're probably not going to surpass that as quickly as you want. And so if you set it really like ambitious one, and that like how motivated you are with that goal, but that's what you're going to put into your habits. Like you actually are saying, hey, I want a six pack. And my goal is like every day I'm going to like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to target abs. And then like Tuesday, Thursday, either as a rest day and then you focus on legs or something. I don't know. But like doing that is like that habit is what's going to carry you to your goal. So if you have a really low goal, then like you're not going to have a crazy habit that'll get you there.
There's a complete difference also though between like fantasy and reality. So for me, I mean, obviously there is, but with like abs as an example, right? You could write down on your like literally you could get a Sharpie, right? Write it on your forehead, you could write it on your hand, you could write it on the wall saying, I'm going to have abs in like I'm going to make this happen, right?
Yeah.
There is a difference between saying or besides between writing it and also doing making true progress towards that goal. So
yeah,
for me, I've written down a lot of goals before, and I think it is a great first step. But sometimes I would never act on them, and I mean that's super like real, but it's true. Like some things I'm just like I don't have time for this, or I would rather lay in bed. And so until you really act, like I feel like I don't know if writing down is necessarily like that big of a step. I mean,
I think it's a good first step, like you said, because it's like it's showing like whatever you want to do, and maybe I don't know, maybe not. I think writing it down is very valuable, but then like you said, the jump between step 1 of writing it down and step 2 of starting, that's the hardest part. Because once you like, for example, when was the last time you like really never went to the gym? Like you were never fucking going to your standards.
4 years ago.
Okay, buddy. Okay, so 4 years ago,
well,
when
no,
you
I'm talking about like not like. Of course, I go on vacation and I don't go for like a week, but I still feel like that's acceptable, right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking like the point I was going to say is
for like not a couple months. Yeah, sure.
Yes, the first time that you started working out, those first like the first week, maybe first 2 weeks of you doing workouts, those were so much harder, I'm assuming, than you going to the gym now, because now you're in a routine. And once you like set yourself up to be in a routine, doing the routine is easy because your brain's just like, oh, this is normal. But starting is the hardest part. That's why setting ambitions is hard.
With the gym, I actually feel like it might be different because I'm not saying like I think I agree with you on most activities or whatever you're trying to do, but the gym, when you get there, I think getting to the gym sure is really really hard. But once you're doing your first workout, you're usually in the gym to do something. Like, so you're usually scrawny when you start at the gym, or you're usually overweight.
Yeah, like you're at a beginning level.
But there's like a reason why you're in the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be 300 pounds and you're like, it's either the gym or death. And like, you've came to that consensus. Crazy. It is crazy, but it's reality. Like, that's why I almost argue that the gym might be different. So,
well, no, that's fair. I just know that like I've been to the gym.
You don't have a choice sometimes. It's like, or not necessarily that, but you want to be you want to go to the gym because you need this goal to happen. You're like, I'm sick of this.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, just like when I started working out, like I worked out for 3 months and then I like kind of took a break, and then it was easy to fall off that break, and now I don't go to the gym. So
That's
like
fair. But you're also
starting
not
was hard.
unhealthy. You're not like unhealthy where like a lot of people, if they don't go to the gym, then they'll literally just like slam 5 bags of chips and sit
Yeah,
at
it's
the
harder.
TV for a week. Yeah, so like it's like I don't know, more of an ultimatum for themselves. But this is also kind of what I do, and it's kind of fucked up. But um, I gaslight myself low key.
Same.
Um,
Same. I
literally
do
by
that.
thinking like I'll be disappointed if I don't achieve that goal in whatever the time frame is. And also just like making the first step, I'm just like, okay, well, you got to do this. So,
Yeah. No,
but
that makes sense. Oh, I sorry. I just saw your note saying like breaking down goals into steps. That's what you were, I'm
well,
assuming.
I haven't even got there yet. So I
Oh, okay.
mean, I've actually just been talking about like more just the first steps and how to do it. But that does bring me into the next point of breaking down goals into steps. Um, it is so important to not see it as like I have to do it in 2 years. I have to achieve this goal. But instead, why don't you think about tomorrow? And why don't you think about next week? Or like something way shorter of a goal and be like, this is what I'm going to accomplish then. And then, okay, good stuff. I accomplished that. What should I do this next week? What should I do tomorrow? Like, this is preventing yourself from overwhelming yourself and keeping yourself focused on achieving each milestone. So, um, I give I gave myself about a year living with my parents to achieve my financial goals. So I moved out with my friends in like August of 2023, and I am going to Europe at the beginning of July, and I guess I'll be in Europe right now. But I will. I told myself I want to go to Europe. I want to spend about 6 to 8 grand, which I know is a lot, but it's also 3 months there. But I was like, okay, I need this to achieve my goal to go to Europe in North Carolina. And right now, I'm sitting at basically no money. Um, and that's what I did instead of looking at it as like a year. I instead went to work. I went, hey, why don't I just pick up this shift? I usually don't, but why not? Made an extra 100, 200 bucks that night. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Why don't I do that again? And then now I'm working. I'm not even kidding.
40, 45 hour a week is what
Low
it seems
key,
to
yeah.
be.
Like, but it's true though. Like, if I'm working like 40-hour weeks on average now, it's because I started at 20. I started at 25, or even less. Like for real, going into school. But I'm saying like just be okay with having these steps instead of achieving your bigger goal in that day, you know?
Yeah, no, the smaller steps makes because it's ever changing. The goal that's something else think is important. A goal is ever changing. It's not like you could start out and be like, I want a six pack, bring it back to the gym example. And then maybe you actually like you do everything in your power to work out for like four, I don't know, 3 months, and like your abs look no different. Say that's the case. Say your abs look no different. So you're not getting the visual satisfaction of like the six pack, which was your goal. You can change that to be like, okay, instead of the six pack, but I know I've gotten stronger. Maybe the goal is now I used to like do weighted like sit-ups or something, or weighted whatever workout with this weight. Now let me do it at this weight. And that's like an improvement
Yo,
that you can kind of measure, but it's not like at your exact goal yet. And that's just more long
or
term.
even like look at it at like a different perspective. Be like, how am I not getting these results? Maybe I should look into my food intake, my calories. Maybe I should look
Facts.
into my like saturated fats and like carbs. You never know. Like there's plenty of options, and I think that goes for anything, not just like getting washboard abs, but like anything.
Yeah. No, I think something going along with that is like admitting to yourself again. I guess this kind of talked about it last week, but like admitting to yourself is the key to like start growing. So if you are not admitting to yourself, whether it's from like the health perspective of like, oh, I don't need to like eat healthy. We'll go from that direction. You can be like, I don't need to eat healthy because like I eat 3 times a day. You could argue that because when I was in college, I fucking was like, I fucking lived so far away from the cafeteria that I would often not go get food because it was so fucking far. I would rather stream or work on content or whatever, which is starving myself, which is that's just bad. So like you could sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm eating 3 times a meal. That's healthy. But like, what 3 things are you eating? That is like, if you're eating out like fast food every day, but you're saying you're healthy, that's like a problem. Like, you need to admit to that.
It's quote so true.
A quote, you can quote me on this. Shit starts happening once you get tired of your own. Bars. Once you are tired of your own shit, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? I'm pissed. That like little kind of final straw thing. That's like good. That something is pushing you. I guess yourself is pushing you to be that uncomfortable. You're like, something has to change now. The problem, like you said, just in general, is a lot of people can talk the talk, they don't walk the walk. They get tired of some shit, but then they'll be like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't even want to work on this goal. Because whatever. And that's the goal is to not have that happen.
Yep.
Ironically.
Yep. And honestly, I mean, I've told you this, but I don't know what I want to do in the near future. So, like career-wise, but I had to start telling myself the truth of like, hey, yeah, I'm okay with that. But what am I going to do about that? So back in the, like, even if you asked me that a year ago, I would be kind of untruthful and maybe give you an answer of like what I want to do for a career. I'd be like, oh yeah, I want to do like a supply chain job and I want to work a 9 to 5. Like, but now I'm like, actually, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. So it's crazy important to tell yourself the truth of the matter, whether that's a career, whether that's I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, literally, dude. If you're like, I'm a fat ass piece of shit on the couch right now, that is so messed up, but it is true because then you identify, hey, am I gonna make a change? I mean, if you want to be a fat ass piece of shit on a couch, do that. But for me, it hurt me more to lie to myself and get the short satisfaction of, hey, I'm making somebody else happy by explaining something that's not even true, instead of just being truthful and saying how it is, you know? And then when you start saying the truth and start backing up your talk with the walk, you can like really be proud of yourself. And I think for me personally, it gives me like without direction, I personally had no motivation to do anything. And it's so important to have that too. So basically what I'm trying to get at is tell the truth to yourself, make shit happen, and then also have an attainable goal. And going back to my other step, nice. Break down your goals into actual steps. Like, I'm being so serious. Don't see it as a marathon. See it as I'm going to get out of bed, you know?
That's like really good in general, just because like say you're having a shit day and your like goal is like, let me just get out of bed before 11 a.m. before noon. I got out of bed. Okay, next goal, I need to make some food. I could go out to eat, but no, the goal today is I'm going to make something because one, that's going to save money, and two, it's healthy. Even if it's fucking cereal, even if it's toast or eggs, that's honestly from living alone, bro, eggs become your best friend. Eggs and rice slaps.
You're acting
eggs and
like
toast,
I've never had
slaps.
that before, bro.
Eggs slaps.
I have eggs every day.
Eggs are literally, they're so, like, I run through them all the time because I buy the 30 packs of eggs because I literally eat eggs so fucking much. And they're so easy to cook. They take literally
they get
3 minutes to cook.
Too. No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. But no, I think that's good to always like have attainable in those, like we kind of said at the beginning, ambitious goals that are like higher, not smaller goals. Like my fucking shorts right now, my ass is soaking wet because
what?
I just realized that sounded weird.
That
out of context.
was so crazy.
Wait.
Bro.
It's really
no.
hot
I'm
here.
gonna keep cutting you off because I don't want you to give context. I think we need to talk about that for a second. There's no way.
It's so hot here, and I can't turn this AC on because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of backpedaling. I'm struggling how I'm gonna make this. You know, okay, it's really hot in my apartment, and so I can't turn the AC on without it being picked up on the mic. And so I've recorded this episode, and we've just been on a call recording with my AC off, and it's really hot. And so I'm sweating in this like leather seat, and I'm wearing really thin shorts. And so I'm sweating right now, but I can't just set my goal to be like things out of my control. Like, I hope I don't sweat. That's like completely out of your control. That goal cannot be attained if you don't do anything about it.
So what you're getting
or
at,
like, no.
I was
And
like
then-
actually trying to clarify. I think I know what you're getting at. It's
okay.
like, don't make excuses.
Well, kind of. I was just gonna say like just excusing things that are out of your control.
Like shit's gonna happen. Life's not fair. Like, I mean, if you wake up and you hit your head on the ceiling, I'm I'm trying
You're
to
a
explain.
tall fucking guy.
No, like no, but like it's like it's the saying of like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Like everyone has their days. Everybody has their challenges and struggles. So I kind of get, is that what you're trying to get at, of like the
Well, kind of, yeah, things out of your control, or like the small goal I had was just like for today, the whole goal was to not have my ass sweat through my seat. That's like pretty low standard for like me right now. Like me and Grind Phase, I'm like, let's get a couple episodes recorded today. Let's get shit planned out. Like those are more higher goals. So like rising to those is gonna be, there's gonna be more growth there. Versus if I just say, I hope like, I don't know, my ass doesn't sweat. It's just like what's
on a scale of 1 to Shrek's swamp, how smelly?
bro, my shorts are fucking soaked. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It's so hot.
That's
It's
crazy.
so hot.
That's
like
crazy.
the whole backside of my shorts are just. I'm wearing gray too, so it's even more fucking obvious.
Do you think you could fill a Fiji bottle of water with that?
No.
Okay, that's good. Half a
But
Fiji bottle.
holy shit! I just stood up, dude. Oh my.
Oh God.
Set
I can
high
smell
goals,
it from
though.
over here, bro.
Don't set low goals because
It's true.
Well, you can set low goals. It's just you'll see more growth. It takes like longer and it's harder
Dude,
to achieve higher goals.
I
but
think
you should-
goals in general are good. I mean, as
They
long
should
as
just be
they
on.
are attainable, but they are also challenging. Also,
Exactly, and this goal isn't challenging. Just sitting in a thing, and that, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to defend this hard.
no, you're good. You're good. I was gonna say, I'm bringing it back to, you know how you said eggs, or wait, what were we talking about? Also,
Yeah,
shit.
eggs, like eating.
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah. Sure. Okay. Oh no, we also were talking about. Oh, there's a goal of getting out of bed at 11.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say one day you sleep through. Okay, your goal is to get up at 11. And one day your alarm goes off at 11, and you say you hit the snooze button. Instead of being like, "Well, I just failed," no,
immediate regret.
no, for real. Like, instead of saying that, you have to overcome those setbacks and challenges. And I know that's not a crazy goal, and some people are probably laughing right now, but you have to keep pushing forward despite the challenge of not waking up at 11. Instead of being like, okay, I failed, tomorrow I'll just wake up at noon, there's no point, I failed. Why don't you try maybe even pushing up the time to 10:30? Try to even push yourself harder and keep at it. Like, instead of, I don't know, these setbacks are temporary, and you have to strengthen your own resilience and determination. And I have a perfect example of this. So, one of my closest guy friends that actually was in college. So, sorry. Let me just take a second, because one of my closest guy friends that was in college, he was also graduating with me, and I wouldn't say like he was my close friend like you are and my close guys, right? But I felt very alone with him, and he kind of did too, because we were kind of just there together. So I had like a couple classes with him. I don't need to say any names, but we kind of talked about this and how we had setbacks because we graduated in December instead of May, and we felt very alone. And it was almost a setback in itself because we both had to live with our parents. We both had to kind of adapt our way of thinking. And at first I thought it was just me, but I did open up with him. And that's the reason I bring him into this picture, is because I think it is crazy how much of just a change like that can affect your life for 6 months. And instead of seeing it as, I'm a failure, I'm not going to be able to get over this hump, I saw it as a challenge. And now, like I said, one of my greatest achievements of this past week has been my bank account, my gym. I feel happy with myself, and I challenged myself to finish the job. So I got my diploma. That's what I was trying to get at.
You said me and my friend had setbacks. I definitely thought you were gonna say me and my friend had sex, and I was about to be like, "That's a crazy man's just saying
we did
right."
too.
But, okay,
No, I'm
that's
kidding.
a
It was a
eye-opening
dude.
Experience. It was a dude.
I know it's Pride Month, but
Damn. Well, that's gonna be it for this episode. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a rating or review on Spotify or Apple. Either way, both of them help out a lot, so we would really much appreciate that. and keep listening. The support's been awesome so far. So thank you guys so much continuing through the summer. And if you're going to listen to one thing throughout this episode, remember, don't rise to your dreams, you fall to your habits. But changing your habits will universally change your future and everything you want and desire. You want to get out of life. And
Bars.
remember, care what people think. We'll see you next week.
See you next week on 182.3.